Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I'm Rex.
I'm Daniel.
And
we're shooting way ahead of time because these are the days that I'm on a motorcycle ride.
Okay.
Or no, this is the days I just got back. But we're preparing for being out of the country. So we're trying to get ahead.
Yeah, we're going to be in Ireland for a while.
Okay, so here's the thing. We're doing an unbelievably budget whiskey called Kentucky Deluxe Blended whiskey.
What's with the...
Caleb Black gave us a full-size, liter 75 on one of these.
Yeah.
He's the patron saint.
Caleb Black.
But also, the magnificent bastard Daryl Mosier gave us this.
Daryl Mosier, you magnificent bastard.
And he's the one who wrote a note. Hey, a donation day extra budget whiskey. Enjoy. Okay, probably not, but here you go. He also gave us another one. I think it was Kentucky Tavern. He was hooking us up with, but it's still to be reviewed, Daryl.
I have a question about any whiskey in the history of the world.
Yes.
I want to know in the comments, because I cannot think of a single whiskey that has the word deluxe in the name that is in fact deluxe.
Yeah, me either.
Have you had a whiskey called Deluxe anything Deluxe?
That was Charlie Deluxe.
That wasn't a budget thing. It was actually acceptable.
Okay, so this is a Heaven Hill budget release, if I remember correctly. And it's blended whiskey, which in theory, this is 20% straight bourbon and the rest neutral grain spirit.
I'm not offended by the nose.
So it's 80%, it could be 80% vodka.
I'm not put off by the nose. There's nothing...
It almost smells like a slightly musty,
like a
light whiskey. Like, remember that light whiskey we tried?
Yeah. That was like a 13-year-old light whiskey.
Light whiskey, yeah. It smells like that, but this little bit of a woody, musty note.
So, it's like a malty, musty, woody note with a little bit of honey in there.
And vanilla.
But the alcohol ding...
It's very sharp.
Yes.
It's very much like sniffing nail polish remover.
I'm not going to go that extreme with
You know what it is?
I must say the alcohol note is, the ding is for real, but the notes that accompany this ding, they're decent notes.
It's when you're...
On the notes.
It's when someone in the car with you gets out nail polish remover. And you can sort of tell, oh, who did that?
You know what you should do?
But it's not right in your face.
You usually drive, right?
Yeah.
This is what you do. You have control of all the windows.
Yeah.
You roll down the window, you grab it, and you throw it out their window. And then you just lock eyes with them.
So the taste has this really lemony, alcoholic lemony kind of note.
Light and sweet, one-dimensional.
Yeah. It's pretty boring.
Yeah. There's more interesting things happening on the nose. This is...
Get rid of that because I want to try us a couple of things that should be, or have the potential to actually be interesting.
Okay.
Gordon Akagi.
Gordon Akagi, you magnificent.
Sure.
Bastard.
So this is Woodinville. This is in Washington, just north of Seattle.
Okay.
And as we all know, Seattle is serious about its spirits.
The more that I get away from this Kentucky Deluxe, the more I don't like it.
Yeah.
The taste on that, it's like, wow. That in all kinds of...
When you first taste it, you're like, no, maybe, I guess I could. And then a little bit after that, you're like, no.
I've had sickly sweet. So sweet, it's just, you gotta, pucker up and, just deal with it.
Sealed.
I don't know, I didn't know it was ever possible to have a sickly thin whiskey. Mm-hmm. So thin that just, it's like you've had a dog. Mm-hmm. Yeah, hey, you want to go to the park, boy? You want to go to the park? You want to go for a walk? And the dog's like, yeah, let's go for a walk. And he hops in the car and you take him to the vet.
Yeah, you're like, son of a...
Do you need some help here?
No, I already poured you some rye. Okay. I'm gonna work on the next one. Okay, this is Woodinville, which is a Washington spirit.
Oh,
right?
Man.
They're using 100% rye on this release. Pot distilled.
Yes, I believe it. The nose on this, the molasses on this.
And the cherry and fruit and dark, almost
fruit,
fig notes and cinnamon.
Wow. Like the baking spice, molasses, dark fruits. Like there's a walnut in here. Mm-hmm. A walnut is a pretty light flavor.
Yep.
Right? But that flavor amped up on the nose, I'm getting that. And then there's still enough of like a high sweet note. That's not that, heavy molasses.
Right.
It's mixed in with the alcohol note. What's the proof on that? It smells like it's a fairly high proof. Is it in the low 50s, high 40s?
It's 45.
45. Wow. So
Yeah.
It's much more packed with flavors on the nose than I would expect from a 45% alcohol.
This is a beautiful nose. I wish I enjoy the taste of rye as much as I enjoy the smell of rye.
And then you finally, on the taste, you finally land in this tannic barrel bitter finish. But it's not overbearing.
Oh, man.
Wow.
This might convert me.
Oh.
Kurt, you need a sample of this.
Double finish. First finish is this barrel tanniny thing.
And now it's turning into cherries.
Yes! I'm saying! And then it ramps back up.
That's bizarre.
You think it's finished with
No.
you. It's like, nope, now I'm going to give you a little cherry.
Just for cherries.
Yeah. Wow.
That's amazing.
It's a great whiskey.
Okay. He left us a note, and it says Tribe on it instead of Rex and Daniel. Hey guys, I'm a working class jerk in a warehouse. Please stop reviewing the whiskeys that only the trust fund babies can afford. Well, today was not that day.
Right.
This is why I sent you craft whiskey from the nerdy Northwest. I'm sending these for the people. Much like myself, I find scotch to be a once in a blue moon beverage.
Can I interest you in some Kentucky Deluxe?
Yeah, and now thanks to you guys, I found hedonism from Compass Box and my credit card.
Yes.
My credit card thanks you, by the way. Please enjoy these at your leisure and try and find the heart and time for domestic whiskey, please. Mm-hmm. Hey, we do a lot of domestic whiskey.
Yeah,
I'm feeling defensive.
We're just going through what the people send us. We're going through what
We
the people
really
send
are.
us. We're getting through it fast and furious.
Not fast, but sometimes furious.
What is
Man, I just keep coming back to it.
What is this high-end note that's mixed in with the alcohol there? Because the alcohol is presenting more like a 45%.
You know what I just
more
had a
than
picture of?
45%, yeah.
I had a picture of one time in high school, I got given a really fancy gift at Easter.
Okay.
And it was a wicker basket filled with actual hay.
Okay.
Right? And then filled with all of these desserts and treats and candy. But it wasn't packaged candy. It was like chocolate,
Yeah.
where you could smell the chocolate.
Okay.
And fudge and butterscotch where you could smell. So you picked up this basket, smelled like wicker, fresh hay, and candies.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Easter. It's an Easter.
I get that.
Easter treat rye.
And then with like what we were saying earlier, with that heavy molasses, you got that dense walnut, and then it's just a beautiful.
Man, I'm betting they proofed this to the perfect proof because
I think it would have been probably too tanniny at a higher proof.
yeah, and yes, or it might have been too sharp, but it's not sharp. It's just son of a bitch, Woodinville. All right, we're gonna also. Are you ready for this? We also get to try their bourbon.
Oh, okay.
He sent us both.
So they'll pour the thing there. We got Laplansky. I've been around since single Daniel vid days.
He has. Laplansky was one of the first people to comment on the YouTube channel, and I posted this comment mainly because, hey man,
I recognize the name.
how are you?
Back when we had like six commenters.
Yeah, you were one of them.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
How is it just now that I've realized neither one of you two wear a watch? I'm not really a watch guy.
Yeah, so when I was in high school, remember the band?
Yeah.
Everybody's wearing the band. It was this Velcroed watch band.
No.
And I wore it so
Not our
long,
high school.
I had a completely white tan line and dirt line, rock climbing and going outdoors with a watch.
Yeah.
I quit wearing a watch when I started drumming for a living because I would always take it off when I was playing drums.
Right.
And eventually I just quit putting it back on. And that was when I was 20, and I've never worn a watch since.
You know, I think it's very much a generational thing.
Yeah.
Like our parents.
Devin loves watches.
But I'm saying
He's an old man.
In general, it's like everybody's gonna jump to the exceptions. My God.
Yeah.
My God.
No, but
In
I think he
general.
proves the rule.
In general.
Because he's kind of an old fogey.
Is he old guy?
He's an old fogey on the inside.
Okay.
In
you.
his soul.
So are you, though.
Yeah. I actually love watches,
Yeah.
and I love the idea of watches.
Right.
I don't like the way they feel hanging on my wrist.
No, I don't like to feel.
It bothers
to
me.
feel fettered.
Yeah. You
Fettered.
could be like Andrew and wear an actual pocket watch.
Okay. Man, the bourbon's really nice too. It doesn't have quite as much drama as the rye, but it's really nice.
The bourbon adds a coffee note into the middle.
Coffee note and
there's something really green
it's,
in here.
It's gonna be still some molasses, but more leaning towards like a honey sweet tea direction than a molasses direction.
Yeah, there's a slight
there's a
green grass note right in the middle.
with an oak that's not overbearing. I don't think this is going to be a really woody, bitter, tanniny type of a finish
Yeah.
here, but we'll find out. Is that still a 45?
Also 45, yeah.
Okay. really nice. I'm gonna stick to what I was saying about not nearly as much drama.
The bourbon's okay.
Not nearly as much drama, but it's also not nearly as interesting as that rye. That rye takes you on a journey.
The bourbon's good. If you had just poured me the bourbon, so what do you think? I would say that's a really good bourbon.
Right.
But after having just had the rye,
right,
and I'm not a rye fan normally,
I like the rye better.
I'm going to go back to the rye.
It feels like I've had this bourbon.
Is the whole show going to crack in half at this moment?
I feel like I've had this bourbon a dozen times in my life.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I've ever had that rye.
Yeah.
And it was a really nice, interesting take on a rye. But this, so you're going to have the classic bourbon notes. You're going to have a little bit more of a barrel tanniny base than I was expecting from the nose, but it doesn't get crazy with it. It's just the finish is this vague, dull, general sense of there's like a bitter layer right there, but it's not too sharp or bitey. And
I just blended them to see what would happen, and it smells like a really rye bourbon.
Yeah, you got some brown sugar, and honestly, it's the same proof.
It's not bad.
Honestly, the same proof, but it feels more thin.
Accented the walnuts.
Feels more thin than that rye.
Now it's very much walnuts.
Yeah. It's not bad. I actually like the rye on its own, though.
Yeah, me too. I think that's it, isn't it?
Bobby Iver.
Oh, Bobby.
If whiskey is distilled beer, is there peated beer?
I don't know. So, beer guys, is anybody peating a beer? Like, I know that classically the German, what is it, Rauch beer?
Rauch.
Is
beer.
Is a smoked beer.
I think it's Rauch beer.
Rauch beer.
Rauch beer.
Rauch beer. Rauch beer. Does anybody know of an actually peated beer?
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, you fight for a friend.
Steal, may you steal a lover's heart.
If you drink, may you drink with us.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.